Now you know about Charlie Lou. Here's Barack Obama with sideline report.
Sideline report.
Kyle Strelo is probable for the game due to a retainer incident. Mason Leandro is also probable for the game due to a torn meniscus. On brighter news, I had a talk with Hal Williams, the defensive end coach. See what he had to say about this week's game against Mariloma.
Hal, we just smashed two teams. How do you think we're going to do against this game against Mariloma, and do you think playing those two easy teams is going to affect our performance on Friday?
I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we have a tendency to play down to some of the team's levels, meaning that we don't get pumped up to play like a Mariloma or a El Camino. But the magic thing about this team, this unit, they like to get up for games. They are ready to play the tough games that they have, you know, every Friday night. So, you know, credit to this group. I really like their chances.
And next week's Del Campo, and as you say, we play down to other teams' levels. Do you think that's going to affect us against Del Campo next week?
No, definitely not. Why? Because Del Campo is actually a rival. It's a BV game. It's one of those games that you can't sleep the night before. It's one of those things that, you know, kids are probably going to come out here on a Thursday when we do walkthroughs and practice is only like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending. Those are the games that kids look forward to. You know, it's a nonstop contact, kind of like the BV game. They're gonna come and go all out.
Okay. Thank you, Hal.
Now back to our other politicians at the front desk, George Bush and Hillary Clinton.
Let's take a look at the league standings. Casa Roble on top 7-0, 2-0 in league, along with next week's opponent, Del Campo. Rio Americano right behind at 6-1, and Mariloma at the bottom.
So George, how will the defense play tonight?
I think the defense will step it up big time and shut Mariloma down. Their offense is limited, as is their roster. Approximately 22 players, maybe even less now that grades are out. They're going to run out of guys pretty quick.
Do you really see Casa having more sacks than Mariloma points?
I don't know about strictly sacks, but plays in the backfield and big hits, definitely.
What's your prediction for tonight's game against Mariloma?
I hate to be overconfident, but absolute destruction. I mean, I can't even predict a score for this game. It's going to be a runaway.
And now here is John McCain and Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner, Week 8. I'm John McCain, here with Coach Ryan. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me, but I was hoping Sarah Palin was going to be here.
With rain forecasted for Friday night, how might this change Cass's game plan?
Well, we're praying for rain to start after 10 o'clock, but if it rains, we're pretty confident that we'll be able to get the job done, but it will hurt us speed-wise.
We all know that Maryland was not the best team in town, so how do you approach this game? Do you let the starters start or let the backups come in and do the work?
No, we focus on the starters. We take this game as serious as any other game until the game is well in hand, and then some backups will play like most of the season.
Back in the 90s, Casa was very much like Mariloma. How did we change things around since then?
Well, in the past years, the CDC was always dominated by El Camino, Mariloma, Bella Vista at times, and Casa was kind of the new school on the block, not very good. It's kind of nice to have turned that around now and to be the 7-0 team, possibly the #1 seed going into the playoffs.
That's all for Coach's Corner. Week 8, back to you, Hillary and George W. Bush.
That just about does it for Halloween week here at Gameday. I'm Hillary Clinton.
And I'm George W. Bush.
You can catch each and every game day at www.youtube.com/Casa Gameday.
Come out to the game tonight and have some fun afterwards, but make sure it's safe.
Say dominate the girl voice.
Dominate!
Dominate.